Hello everybody, hope you're doing great today. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do episode number 4 of the Elder Scrolls in Worldbox, which is where I am at right now. Okay, I need to go ahead, turn on the super saucy burger here. Burger power, let's go. Okay, so we left off where like everybody is kind of doing their stuff. These guys unified the dwarves. These guys are doing pretty good. These guys are doing extraordinarily good. They haven't like taken over all of this yet, but they'll probably get there. These guys still have their town right here because we saw them colonize this little area last episode, I believe. Is that a giant? That man's like the size of the campfire. Yep. He do be the size of the campfire though. Imagine having wheat so tall that it's bigger than the giants. Like, assuming that guy's like 6 foot tall, that's going to be like, like 20 foot tall wheat. Like, that's huge. Because that's like 2 or 3 times his height. 6 times 3 is 18, so that's pretty tall wheat, not gonna lie. Okay, what's going on here? There's a conga line of people going up this way. There's a mix of dwarves and elves. No clue what's happening. How's humanity doing? They appear to be vibing. Also, I'll try to make sure that this episode isn't as long as the last episode. I didn't mean for the last one to be like 30-something minutes long. So I'll try to make sure this one's in the low 20s. I personally prefer to make shorter-ish episodes like that. Just because, like, I don't know, I just think it's better. What happened over here? There's something going on. What is this? Is there a zombie apocalypse? What the heck? Mush spores. So, I don't know what happened, but there's people covered in spores over here. That doesn't seem very good. I didn't cause this. Well, hopefully this orc kingdom doesn't get wiped out. Is there like a tumor or something that spawned over here? Yeah, there's a lot of purple dudes going around. There's purple over here. There's a lot up here. So this must be like a disease spreading throughout. Imagine if this somehow wiped out the entire Orc Kingdom. That would just be not good. Also, is the God Emperor still alive? He is in fact still alive. He looks like he's carrying a bucket right now. Nope, he's still got his other stuff. Alright. You know what, just to help out this little invasion a little bit, I'm going to spawn in a tumor. If I can find it. Since, like, you know, that's kind of like what was going on. Just to make this more invasion a little bit more realistic. So they kind of have like a little spawn base here. Did the tumor already get destroyed? Some dude named Zegzeg. So are these guys like turning into mush spores? Like, I'm very confused as to what's happening. Can't have a chance to spread. I'm really not for sure how that works. All I know is that there's a lot of not good stuff happening. There's a lot of infections going on up here. Okay, so if they have the little pink mushroom on their head, they're like mush spores. But if they just have the like random ponytails like the orc dudes, like that guy right there, then they're normal. Except that person also has the mush spore. That person had a lot of traits. I'm not for sure how this is going on. But they've lost like 1,000 people, that's for sure. They lost some of their most prosperous cities down here. Anyway, anything else going on in the rest of the world? These guys are still doing their thing. Looks like they have another colony right here, which is right next to that tumor island that I made. It's a joke. But, yep, there's a lot of naked elves dancing on this island. Like this old guy, Anura, 180 years old almost. Likes bread. You know, nothing but a leaf on and a neutral attitude, that's for sure. What about up here? How is this colony doing? This colony's been here for a hot minute compared to the other one. Doesn't seem to be as many naked people. Just this guy, as far as I'm aware. He's a very stupid and weightless man. He likes cider. Very random food. He also really is sad. He's a sad man. How about that guy? Alona, attractive, wise, weightless. Also likes cider, also sad. Why are they all sad? Okay, this person's actually neutral. But they also like bread. They're agile, short-sighted. Okay, that's interesting. Village Cog Cap was destroyed. Where's that? Okay, so it looks like... Oh no, they've lost another 1,000 or so people. The spore dudes are pushing up farther north. This is not going well. Great Levich, what is going on with you guys? You guys had 70 a second ago. They probably just had a bunch of old people kick the bucket, or just some random people just starved to death there. I'm assuming that's what's happening. I mean, they have a little farm down here. Maybe I should give them some berry bushes. There you guys go. There's some berry bushes, alright? There, feed your population, please. I don't want Great Levich's population to die. This is my favorite island, actually. I apparently don't have fast spawn on. There we go. Fast spawn. Great Levich must prosper. Unlike this place that's literally just getting destroyed. They're down to 1,500. I feel like they were close to 4,000 people at one point. Now they're just dying. As we can see, well, it looks like the orcs are banding together to beat up these mushroom dudes, most of which are on fire for some reason. There's a lot of arrows flying around. Just looks kind of like sheer chaos, in all honesty. Okay, there's another giant dude. Probably not going to be able to click on it. Mush spores. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn another tumor just because they destroyed the last one. So do these purple dudes beat up the tumor? Or do they not? Okay, it does look like they beat up the tumor. I'm not for sure why though. Very confused as to why. Push spores, spread spores on units. Grows on land, burn, devours everything in its way. Yeah, I'm not for sure how that works. So like the things that infect them come from the tumors, right? But, like they also attack the tumors. I'm not very for sure how that works. That's kind of weird. Also, these guys are doing a lot of expanding. They're looking a lot thicker up here. They only had a few cities up here last time, didn't they? They're also almost 8,000 people. No, well they're almost 7,500. But like, they've got a lot of people. They're definitely by far the most powerful kingdom on the map. The Elven Empire is doing really good. 2,000 soldiers in their military. So, I don't know. I feel like the only way these guys would possibly lose is if those two declared war on them at the same time. And the Ghetto clan also kind of came in from this side. Helped kick their booty. The orcs are almost dead. Whatever that natural disaster was and that small tumor that I made that literally did nothing, it literally just wiped them out entirely. Hopefully this doesn't spread to the entire map. That would be terrible. Looks like there's a lot of something coming over here. These elves. Let's click on that guy. Empire of Humanity. Gopo. He's a sad man as well. Yeah, I'm not for sure what's going on. There's a Congo line going on here. How's Ghetto Clan doing? Okay, it looks like they've got a nice... Let's actually look over here. So they've got a lot of cities down here. Oh, they've just got their nice little empire going on here. Hopefully they also don't get wiped out by these things. Which right now it looks like their biggest concentration is right here. They're still surviving, thriving, whatnot. I don't think you can spawn them from over here, can you? I don't even know what that was. Rat. What kind of ants are there? Black ants. Create soil. Create mountains and sand. Okay. Interesting. So I'm assuming it would have just come from here, right? Is that what that is? The mush spores, what do those do? Okay, so that actually infects people. So if let's see, where's a place that just has some random dudes? How about this boat? This boat has no people on it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, this entire empire was literally just wiped out. So if anybody was rooting for this Orc Kingdom, I have some terrible news. Oh, what's going on over here? Is there another one? What? What? I didn't do this. So it looks like these guys are also gonna get wiped out. This is entirely... This is chaotic. This whole place is just gonna get destroyed. I mean, this island might survive, but, like, there's so many purple dudes here, they're literally just going through and slaughtering this place. Like, this kingdom is, like, 1,000 years old. Wiped out in the matter of, like, months. Where is it? Yeah, like, these villages, they're super old. Like, that must be so sad. You know, like, you have these villages that are, like, almost 1,000 years old, and they're just wiped out practically, like, within a few minutes by some plague, a glorified plague. So is this kind of like the Flood from Halo? Like, they can still use weapons, and maybe armor, too, and armor as well. They just don't, they're not like zombies, so they're, like, more sophisticated zombies. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Alright then, so the orcs just got wiped out. These guys are also about to die. Okay, it looks like the spread over here has been pretty much stopped to a standstill. I mean, there's a little bit going on up here. Hopefully it doesn't reach humanity. But it looks like it kind of ended up here for the most part. Most of the purple dudes are still hanging around that are even still alive. Nobody should be able to get to Great Levitch over here, down in this corner. Hopefully, because they've got that nice little water barrier that I made for them, because I want them to not die. Okay. So even if they get wiped out from their main island, they still have these islands over here. What happened here? I guess they don't have this colony anymore. Those naked dudes we saw over here, they're all dead. Unless they're still wearing... This is just... Mona? I don't even know. I don't know how this, like, all started. How did it spread over to here from over there, though? That's what I want to know. Unless some of them hopped on a boat and were like, yeah, let's go. And then they, like, para-dropped over here. There's so many places getting destroyed, though. The king of the Elven Empire just died. That can't be good. So these 3 are going to be the last big bastions on the map. If I had to guess, these guys will probably get... One of these 2 are probably going to get wiped out next. We might not even make it to an episode 4. Or an episode 5. Especially if the purple dudes somehow make it over here. And, like, wipe out everybody. At least that fire island's still going. It just shoots random people at the coast, I guess. Some family of people just come and vibe over here. Oh, well, they're shooting arrows across. Somebody was. What happened over here? I feel so bad for this dude. He likes berries. He's sad. He's bloodlust and wise. So this 95-year-old elf dude is going to come up here and just get rocket launched by that fire tower. That's sad. Okay. So these guys are still holding on. Okay, their population just had what I don't know what to call it. It was like a I don't know. Yeah, so it looks like this island is just dead now. There's no more elven cities on the mainland. Except that random tile, but like that doesn't really count. Okay, so where's their new capital? No, it's still there. It's still that place. Yeah, so their original culture is also dead, I'm assuming. Their culture no longer exists. Okay. How are the cultures up in humanity going on? They still have... Most of their cultures are kind of big. They have like 6 or so main cultures. How about the Ghetto Clan? About 5 main cultures. Okay, these guys are still holding on. So if I had to guess... I would say these 2 island nations might be the last to survive. That would be funny if this place was the last to survive. I mean, this looks like a pretty nice place to live, in all honesty. You know, you've got, like, these really highly developed roads. You've got a barracks, a mine. You've got everything you would need. It even has its own little army. You know, it just is a really nice little island to live. Great Levitch also is a pretty nice little spot to vibe. You know, it's like a big city. You got that nice little, that thing there. Sculpture has a pretty decent town hall. Looks like the elven boats can even go through these, at least to an extent. Odoa, what is happening now? No, these guys are getting wiped out. Are they at war with anybody? No. What are they getting wiped out by? Is it the purple dudes again? It is. I see the little mushroom men themselves. So I guess this can be the Oblivion crisis that I did not cause. Oh no, there's one going on in the Ghetto Clan too. Yeah, I don't know how these things spawn in. It must be because I turned on the natural, like, not natural disasters, but like other disasters. I've never seen this before. Usually whenever I turn those on, Kingdom of Load, Pawball was destroyed. Now, how did that happen? What? Yeah, Ghetto Clan just lost a lot of their best cities down here. These guys are expanding pretty good, though. The Elven Empire also taking a huge chunk out of them. They're just losing a lot. Great Levich, or not Great Levich, but these guys that have been around for a long time are dead. We were above over 20,000 on the world population. Now we're down to 13,000. Within like 50 or 100 years, however long this episode has been, everything just died. Like, it's all just gone. Okay, well, they finally do have, I believe this is the top tier town hall for the elves, though, so they at least got that done. There's so many infections going on. Okay, we need to watch this in normal speed, because I kind of want to see what's going on here. Besides, like, everybody zooming around. So it's pretty much just, like, everybody's just kind of getting infected. I mean, the elves are trying to fight back, but it is hard for them. How about this person? Odon, Sushi, Sad Sushi Man. Yeah. It's not going too well for them. I think they've lost almost half their population. They were up to 7,500, almost 8,000. Now they're down to 4,500. So their core cities down here are still standing strong, but it looks like the wave is coming. It's coming for them. You know, maybe if we get a few more pyromaniac-ish elves up in here, they might be able to stop this. Is anybody truly safe from this though? This invasion of the Flood. I'm just gonna call these guys the Flood, alright? Because, like, they seem so familiar to the Flood from Halo that it just makes more sense to me to call them that than the, like, Spore Dudes. Okay, how is humanity holding up? It doesn't look like they've taken any hits from the Flood yet. The Ghetto Clan is still holding on. Looks like there's a bunch of purple dudes right over here, though. So they might not last that long. See, there's a bunch of angry old dwarf dudes. Like, some of them, like, that dude literally just turned into one. And they just all turned into one, I think. Except that guy. He's still alive. F in the chat. Okay, so watchtowers, though. They have these watchtowers, it looks like. They're shooting arrows at them. So I feel like all these dudes are going to swarm the watchtowers now. I mean, they're definitely doing decently. They're not getting completely wiped out. How much health does a watchtower have? It's taken a lot, but it's gone. That is for sure. That's a pretty cool statue. Yeah, so looks like up here, these areas are probably going to be the last to collapse as far as for the Ghetto Clan. The Elven Empire is also getting down to 3,500 or so thousand. Looks like they're coming in from up here. I mean, maybe they'll eventually be able to slow the halt, but I would guess not, because they have so many huge hordes at this point. They just completely gangbanged that child and yeeted it in the ocean. So this is where the Order of Venerian is for the most part going to survive. I don't know how that town was even alive at this point. Literally no clue. But this might be one of their last bastions. Eventually. What is actually their capital now? Okay, it looks like Iohara is their capital. And it looks like we have some cross-strait warfare going on. People are kind of shooting arrows across here. That doesn't look good. That's a Spore dude. They're swimming across. They're going for it. They might get shot before they can make it across the strait, though. Just have to see. Even if just a couple of them make it across. Yeah, there's a lot of dwarven villages and elven villages that are getting wiped out. Like, it's just not a good time. Yeah, they're down to 2,500, like, upper 2,000s. Yeah, this is not good. This is really not good. Great Levitch and these 3 human places are still holding on. They are still holding on. See, in my opinion, it's just kind of sad because, like, all of the empires that are on the map right now are the ones that have lasted for, like, pretty much the entire game. So they're, like, empires that have been, like, 1,000 years old, just wiped out practically overnight, or, like, in a few minutes, just because of these purple dudes. Okay, what is that boat? Okay. It's just sitting there. Yeah, alright then. He's still alive. I guess as long as humanity still has their god emperor, they're not gonna die anytime soon, right? Wait, hold up. No, they lost that town. No, wait, no, that was the stinky town. This is the good one. That was the one that was, like, bugged and it had, like, no buildings, but somehow it's still alive. Okay, anybody make it across yet? Looks like maybe a couple did. Yeah, they got shot before they could, though. Is anybody infected? I hope not. Okay, looks like there's a couple. That dude's probably going for it. Yeah. Oh no, that's not good. That is not good at all. They made landfall right there. The flood has made landfall. The elves with their classic arrow invasion, they're doing it. They're trying to hold off. I have a severe lack of faith in them, though. I don't think they'll be able to do it. The Elven Empire also is about to just get destroyed. The most powerful nation in the entire game is just about to get, like, wiped out. I mean, they still have a few scattered cities. How's it going on over here? They still have a small army, and by small army, I literally just mean that guy, who seems to have some pretty good armor. He's got a necromancy staff. He's infected, though. So it's not going to go well for him. Or is that one of the purple dudes? Wait, he's attacking that building. No, he's building it. Who's shooting? Okay, that guy. Mithril bow. I'm assuming that's a pretty good thing. Huh. Has humanity been attacked yet? I'm still not seeing anybody going after them. It's probably because they're safe from the mountain range. Never mind. I retract my previous statement. It looks like they're about to get attacked. Looks like some of the flood dudes have crossed over the mountains. They're now attacking the southern Skyrim area. This would be like the Falkreath area, I believe. These guys are also getting attacked from the south still. Don't know how long they're going to be able to hold out. These guys are absolutely on their last leg. So even if they get wiped out down here in the south, the Elven Empire should survive for a little bit longer because I was going to say they would have this town, but, like, that's not going to last for much longer. That town is going to die very soon. And I completely didn't notice the Ghetto clan. I'm also about to just get slaughtered. These guys are moving in. Looks like they're doing the two-pronged attack. One on the left side of the mountain to beat up those random children. That is a small child who's also infected. Yeah, this is not going very well. Hey, at least if these guys get attacked on their special little island, they'll have this up here. Yeah, so, like, that's a thing, I guess. I wonder if I could somehow save some of these guys. So, like, maybe if I made, like, a little island down here in the south. Is there a way I can destroy that? I don't know. Anyways, how much, like, more... Okay, so it's not even touching the world border. Alright, what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of, like, somebody may be able to make it over here. I'm just going to make, like, a little island. I know it doesn't look very good, I know, but, like, I gotta make a little happy island for some people to escape to. Alright, I'm gonna pick up some elves. I'm gonna bring them over here. I'll pick up some humans. Maybe they'll come over here too. Hopefully I don't accidentally pick up the purple dudes. I guess I picked up a boat. Let's see. Okay, I picked up their king. Did I pick up any purple dudes? I think I did. There's a lot of purple dudes in that. I think that plan just absolutely backfired. Yeah, well, that didn't go well. I just probably helped screw them over even more. The Elven Empire, which was numbering over 8,000 strong at one point. The whole world population is already down to that. Man, the whole world is going to get wiped out by this. Okay, the humans, they're still holding on. They're probably going to be the last real bastion in the game, if I had to guess. They'll probably take a little bit to get wiped out, though. They don't have any actual, like, colonies, as far as I'm aware. Anyways, these guys also didn't colonize anywhere for some reason. They didn't try to escape their fate and head overseas. So are these the last estates that they have? These are the last few. How's Great Levitch holding up? They have a watchtower at least. I really hope they add like walls soon. That would be pretty cool. Like if they could add like walls around the village, that way stuff like this would be a little bit harder. Odonson. Oh no, that's in the north. Okay, so I'm assuming even more spawned up here. Or maybe they were dropped off by the boats somehow. I don't know if they can abduct the boats. Looks like there's a lot spawning in over here. Yeah, so it looks like the Flood have really focused their concentration on taking out humanity. Well, I was really going to plan for a 5th video, but, like, everything just kind of died this video, and I wasn't even planning on that happening. I really thought, like, the plan for this video was for there to be some, like, epic wars, alright, between probably the Elven Empire, the Order of Venerian, see if one of them could unify the Elven race and then maybe conquer everybody else. Maybe these guys would do really well and like conquer the dwarves, or like head south, or like somebody over here would do really well. But the whole world is just ending, for a lack of better terms. I mean, it literally is just ending. Like humanity's trying to put up a fight. This army is trying. The God Emperor has died. Yeah. All hail the King Shawi. So this is the new king. But before everybody, before everybody is entirely wiped out, alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. And in the next episode, episode 5, because I want to make sure that this gets to 5 full episodes, I'm going to do my best to launch a crusade from the remaining kingdoms and see if we can't recolonize the world and defeat the Flood. That's going to be the series finale, alright? So in this episode, most of the world is pretty much dying at this point. It's really not a good thing, but I'm going to try my best to fix this. We'll see if the dawn of humanity or the elves, let's see if they can come back, alright? I'm going to try to save all of them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your days, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.